With Disney Plus right around the corner, we are going to have access to a lot of new content to fill our heart's desire, from Marvel to Star Wars to Pixar, and words cannot express how excited I am. But we're also going to have access to a ton of older classics and some lesser known hits. So today, I'd like to talk about 5 underrated Disney films that are worth giving a watch or rewatch when Disney Plus comes out this November 12th. At number 5, I have The Black Cauldron. Based on Lloyd Alexander's fantasy series, The Chronicles of Prydain, The Black Cauldron focuses on a young pig keeper named Taryn who goes on a journey with the usual Disney princess and adorable animal, seeking out the Black Cauldron so that he can use it to cast away the cursed Horned King who threatens to take over the world once again. For the most part, I'd say this is a C-tier animation for Disney and is one of their least known films. There are a few reasons for this, the main one being one of the reasons I like this film, and that is that it's a pretty dark film. In fact, its menacing villain and dark themes are what made it Disney's first ever PG-rated film. And these dark themes and harder rating probably didn't help it during the 1980s, given several church movements against dark magic in films and propaganda. Many people say this flop is the one that almost ruined Disney's animation resume. However, looking back on it, it was ambitious and unique in its tone. What held it back was its delivery and world building that most of the other Disney classics were able to excel at. But all in all, this is definitely an underrated film for Disney and is worth giving a watch for anyone, especially aspiring filmmakers and animators, so that they can learn what to do and what not to do. Number 4 is Brother Bear. I grew up adoring this film and watched it over and over again as the years went by. It's the ultimate tale of living in someone else's shoes to learn their perspective. The story revolves around a young Indian, Kenai, who is voiced by the Joker himself, Joaquin Phoenix. When Kenai's brother is killed by a bear, Kenai in turn kills the bear and magically transforms into one. He must go on a quest accompanied by a younger bear who forms a bond with him to a magical mountain where he can turn back into a human. However, in the meantime, his other brother is hunting him, believing that he is the bear that killed his 2 brothers. This film is greatly underappreciated and discussed. Its animation is beautiful, the story is touching and exciting, and the characters are so easy to fall in love with. I'm sure most of you have already seen this one already, but if you haven't, definitely check this one out. Everyone knows and loves an extremely goofy movie, but my favorite goof film has always been a Goofy movie, putting it in my number 3 spot. Max has been acting out lately at school, and so Goofy thinks what he needs is a father-son cross-country fishing trip. However, Max is desperately trying to get to the Powerline concert to impress his high school crush Roxanne, which strains his trip and relationship with his goof of a father. This movie is classic Goofy. The whimsical characters are fun to watch, the story is simple yet powerfully effective, and the music will get stuck in your head. Nobody Else But You is one of my favorite songs that's come via animation. I really love this movie, and I think you'll love it too, so definitely check this one out in the near future if you've never had the chance to watch it growing up. At number 2 is a beloved Disney film that often gets swept under the rugs in ranking videos and other discussions, and that's Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Museum cartographer Milo Thatch embarks on an intense journey to complete his late grandfather's quest of rediscovering the lost city of Atlantis. When a journal surfaces, an eccentric billionaire funds the expedition, kickstarting an exciting but perilous adventure. This movie's got it all: stunning animation, amazing story, fun characters, and even a great soundtrack. The animation style is super unique even to this day. They had a huge team of animators working on this from multiple studios. And a cool little nugget of info that I found when researching this film further was that the visual style was based on that of Mike Mignola's, the visionary behind the Hellboy comics, who Disney had hired as a production designer for the film. And lastly, at number 1, I have Treasure Planet. Based on my favorite classic literary work, Treasure Island, Treasure Planet revolves around Jim Hawkins, who's been given a sphere that contains a map to the treasure of the legendary pirate, Captain Nathaniel Flint. However, seemingly everyone is after the map, and Jim has no idea who he can trust. This movie actually has my favorite animation style from any Disney film. It's animated, but it's not quite cartoony, and I think this allows for it to deliver a perfectly ambitious and epic galactic adventure. The voice acting in this film is phenomenal, and the character designs for a retelling of Treasure Island in a Star Wars type setting are simply brilliant. Everything about this film excites me, and I hope to see more films like this from Disney in the near future. Well, there you have it, 5 underrated Disney films, from films that have been wrongly accused of being the worst that Disney's put out, to some of the best that Disney's put out that have been ignored more than they should. I hope you enjoyed this list, and if you liked the video, please drop a like and let me know what are some other underrated Disney films in the comments below. Thanks everyone, I'll see you next time.